Alright guys, so today on top Okay guys, so we made it back out to Robbie's shop, watching him work on the S10 some more. We got a carburetor on this thing, an actual draw-through carburetor set up for this motor. It was funny, we were actually looking up parts on Holly's website and found a carburetor that actually called out the blower style that he was putting it on for a 350, so that was kind of funny. So in the last video we sort of talked about my turbo blow-through carburetor, which is an 850 quick fuel. This is an actual Holley draw-through for a supercharger. So big difference here is you don't have to worry about boost blowing out plugs in the carburetor. So one thing I didn't point out on that was that on some of these carburetors they do have ports for vacuum, either for tine ports or for manifold vacuum. So sort of talking about these guys right here. Off the top of my head I couldn't really tell you what these two are for, but I think that the one in the metering block is your tine vacuum, and then the one on this side is for just full manifold vacuum. And depending on your distributor setup, it may change which one you actually need. The other thing on this one that mine doesn't have is a choke system. So I talked about performance carburetors not actually having a choke for the most part. Well, this one does. So it's more of a street performance style carburetor, more of a mild engine build type thing. And Robbie's been building the fuel system all day here, doing a bunch of hard line.
Say all day. Most of the day. I had to wait on parts.
Oh yeah, your delivery guy had to drive 30 miles to bring them to you.
You offer.
I did. I did offer.
Today I made this fuel line, this hard line from the pump up to here. It had existing stainless on here. I couldn't get stainless. I got aluminum, so it doesn't really match, but it'll be all right. Might paint it black. Put the plugs in it. Put the cap on it. The plug wires.
Is that why you have like two caps, or you had two caps on the floor?
Yeah. The black one that I wanted to put on it had that super topper that covers the plug wires, you know.
Oh, okay.
And it hit, so I had to put just a standard one on it, and the other one was the original one. It's old and worn out. Well, the V-bands on the headers, I put the starter in, got the battery cables all ran, starter solenoid wire hooked up. What else I do? I made the hard line back here.
He made a list.
Yes, I made a list. I checked it twice. And this is probably only half of the stuff that I really have to do, but that's all I can remember. Yeah. Made this fuel line, the tank. So it's got a bulkhead and then a rubber section for, you know, flexes. And once the bed's on and it's like sheet metal and stuff, you can drop the tank and undo the fuel line. That's why I like to do rubber from the tank to the hard line. You'll see a lot of trucks hard lined right to the tank. If the bed's covering the tank and everything, it's a pain in the ass to get the lines off before you can drop the tank out. So those are cool for show trucks, but I like to build stuff to work on it too, you know, that's serviceable. But so fuel line, I just have to put another bulkhead down here and run another flex line to the fuel filter, like that far away. And then the fuel system's pretty much done. From the fuel filter forward, it's pretty much factory. But yeah, that's what I pretty much did all day. I took like a 2-hour lunch break, so.
That's about normal for your work day anyway.
Getting rid of all the marks on it. I'm not the biggest fan of this aluminum line because it's like so soft.
I mean, it makes it easier to work with, but it's not kinky here.
It doesn't keep your shape very easily. Like me just doing this is like moving it. It's easier to work with, but
It looks nice. But yeah, different carburetor. Different application. They come in all sorts of different flavors and colors. And then sort of the modern way of doing it is this way. Fuel injection. But that's not what I'm here for. Carburetors. That's the way to go. Alright, well I'll catch you guys on the next video. And hopefully we'll actually be installing something ourselves instead of watching Robbie do stuff.